Hi friends, welcome to my quiet and special little corner of this great big world. A world currently facing unexpected trials. Yet we know triumphs are right around the corner. So popping into your space today brings me great joy and back to the series Traits and Occupation of the Bible. Be workmen that needed be
that
ashamed.
needed not.
This is Paul's message to us in 2 Timothy 2:15 and 16. We are workmen, workwomen, no matter our occupation or trade, as long as done in integrity and fairness, I believe God approves. Now, approved to be shared, I recently had a profound conversation with a friend who drives for a passenger transportation company in the Denver region, and this is done full time. This individual poured out a heartfelt dialogue on some of the recent financial worries now placed on the laps of so many other drivers as well. As this individual waits for the region's unemployment website to be up and running, this individual continues with hope that this will all will be well. But she also shared additionally that there were days of serious fear, but mostly days of inspiration and hopefulness. It has always been my argument. God gives us everything we need, guys. It is what we do with these things that allow us to survive in times of trouble. Farming and gardening are labors of love for me, and the love God gives of the very seeds He provides, I plant and receive the fruits of this labor. These fruits continue to feed me now. We are all experts at something. The question at this moment is, how do we put into practice what we know as a business model to sustain us indefinitely? I may never make a cent here on this channel, of course, but that's up to God. Yet I share what I know to help you, which in turn helps me too. So today, my focus is on the craftsmen and women of the Bible. Craftsmen or artificers derive from the word technites. Technites blossoms into technique or art, and this can be found in Acts 19:24, 19:38, Revelations 18:22, and many other places. In Acts, although the craftsmen showed grievances against Paul because he shamed them for creating false idols, the point is that they existed. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you to use your craft in the same way these guys did. I'm here to help you find your talent, one that is pleasing to God, and use this talent as perhaps a supplemental form of income. Hey, some websites would not exist if it wasn't for crafts and crafters, right? So I remember in my younger days, I traveled extensively. And upon my return, I always wanted to bring back a small piece of the places I've been. Spending time in Mark 4:1, we see the word craft used relating to enemies of Jesus trying to capture him. We see this also used in Job 5:13 and Luke 20:23. In 2 Corinthians 12:16, Paul wrote on using craftiness to persuade the people of Corinth on the power of God and believing in Jesus Christ. Yet we know there are other areas where craft is used in the Bible to likewise enhance the life of others. The word showing up in verses such as 2 Kings 24:14 and others described people who worked with their hands. Nehemiah described Lod and Ono as valleys of craftsmen, and I believe this is in verse 11:35. Depiction of craftsmen in the Bible are usually Assyrians, Egyptians, and Babylonians. But this is not to say that these were the only tribes. A few weeks ago, I touched on baking as a craft, and most households we know had one or two. So many today are also discovering baking, and it is indeed a craft, but it takes practice. Yet once you get it right, it's quite triumphant. When we consider even painting as a craft, question: how did the great artist mix colors to create works considered priceless in our times? How did the people of the Bible create such abiding crafts, specifically building a quern, which is the main grinder of wheat during biblical times? This is the kind of stuff that fascinates me, especially now when I go to the grocery store and I see empty shelves. It's pretty crazy. I've never seen that in my lifetime. Guys, we have everything we need. How do we make it work for us? For our highest of all good, to meet our daily needs. We can do this through taking the time to build on what we know and likewise enjoy. Yes, I'm a PhD candidate with a hopeful completion by the end of the year 2020. Through seminaries trainings, I'm also a servant of God. But I still have to eat. I still get hungry. I still have to keep myself warm. As it is, yesterday, April 13th, the day after Easter 2020, it was snowing where I live and 20 degrees outside. Yikes, right? When I took my last little animal companion out, I wrapped up in a scarf I knitted for myself last year, made from alpaca wool a friend spun for me. I carried her kindness with me outside. I also need to make sure I'm clean every day. Therefore, I occasionally make soap and do other necessary crafts to get by and not be so dependent on our system, on the stores, to provide these things for me. I'm not boasting, I'm just saying I do this stuff. Friends, I am telling you all this stuff. I'm telling you all this stuff to remind you it doesn't matter how many degrees a person holds, how many countries they have visited, how much they earn. The bottom line is basic needs. Our basic needs must be met. We see this today. With no baking flour on the shelves, I thank God every day for the heirloom wheat seeds I have, and for the friends who allow me to grow these on their land. I'm also thankful for my dearest friends who check in with me every day to make sure I have. So what brings you pride and great pleasure? What craft do you enjoy doing that you can share with the world to help to sustain you emotionally, spiritually, and financially? Remember, Paul said, "Be workmen that needeth be ashamed."
That needed not be ashamed.
The world awaits your godly talent. It awaits mine. It's time for us to share it. Don't you think? I think so. As I've done before, there's some information in the description part of this video that I think could probably help you in getting started. Guys, please subscribe as well. As always, I'll be here right here next week. Be peace, be blessed, and I'll see you soon. Have a great week, guys. Bye for now.